Well, how many of you are attending any of my session first time? I can see a couple of names here. Maybe you have joined earlier. So if you are first time attending any of my session, I do provide training on JIRA and Scrum. So type FT in the comment box. Okay, I can see a couple of response. Rakesh, Anuj, Nikhil. All right, all right. Okay, great, great. I'm so excited to see such a fast response from all of you. All right, great. And this is what we need because, it's life in life. It's all about the energy. Whatever things you do, if you are present over there with 100% full attention, with full energy, definitely you're going to get the result, right? And I really appreciate all of your response over here. And that's what we are going to maintain. So make sure that next 1 hour, we are going to have the same energy. And this webinar, although it's going to be delivered from my side, but it's not going to be monotonous. That's just like you're over here, and I'm just going to share the content. It's going to be interactive. At very often, I will be asking you to respond something in this session so that your attention is over here. And also, we are able to make 100% learning environment and learning things over here in the next 1 hour. All right. So with that note, let's get started. Let me share my slide here and we'll begin. Here we go. Okay. So here we go. Okay. Okay. Yes. So as we are going to spend around 1 hour, and I can see over here, like we are going to be houseful because it's the limitation of this house is of 100 attendees. We are already touching 80. So, okay. So from which city you all are, we are going to spend around 1 hour time with each other. So just in the chat box, name your city, from which city you are, so that we know from which all city we do have participants over here. All right, I can see from Trivandrum, Muhammad Abdullah from, okay, Trivandrum, okay, Jaipur, Solapur, Jaipur, Pune, Delhi. Okay, all right. I was in Delhi last week. Anu from Bangalore. Okay, all right. From Bhubaneswar, Pune, Hyderabad. All right. Okay. So from Bangalore, Chhattisgarh. Okay, okay. All right. So welcome to each one of you. I can see here participants from various city across country. All right. So I really welcome to each one of you from whichever place you have joined. We have attendees over here from Delhi, from UP, I can see, from Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, from Udupi as well, Rekha S. Okay, from Maharashtra, from Andhra. So each one of you, a warm welcome to in this live session of this JIRA tool training. All right, so let's get started. Let me share my screen. So just for everyone, is it okay in just next 2 minutes, I can introduce myself so that you are aware of the person to whom you're going to listen, what is his or her credentials, right? Is it okay? Do I have a permission to introduce myself in a quick 1 minute? Is it okay, everyone? Yes, no? All right. So thank you. Thank you. So, all right. So let's get started. Thank you. So, well, my name is Jitendra Yadav. I am going to be your host for this webinar, which is going to be of around 1 hour. We are going to spend a good amount of time with each other, right? And if I talk about myself, so I started my career, if I talk about, so I did my engineering in 2009, and I have around 14 years of experience in IT industry. I started my career as a BA, worked as a Scrum Master, Project Manager, Product Owner, various roles I have worked on. And from last 7 years, I'm in active training space where I do help individuals to transform their career in IT industry as Scrum Master. And anyone who want to do the transition in the career, definitely you need to know about the tool, about the process. So for that perspective itself, I do teach the Scrum Master and the JIRA tool training. That is what is my passion. And that's what right now, even I'm talking to you, I'm on a mission to help 1,000+ professionals to transform their career in IT industry as Scrum Master. And I'm happy to say that I have already trained around 1,000+ professionals, and many of them is already working in IT industry in different job roles. right? So that's a quick intro about me and about my further background. I belong from UP, a city called Gazipur, which is near to Varanasi, what you can see here. I did my high school and my intermediate from Patna, Bihar. You can see here on the right top, Patna University. I did BN college from there 12th. Then I went to Kota for engineering preparation. I did my engineering from City of Lakes, as you can see here, the picture in Bhopal. I was there for around 10 years. And then right now, when I'm talking to you in this live webinar, I am in Silicon City of India, Bangalore, where I'm in from last 8 years. And right now I can say I'm kind of settled in the Bangalore. And that's what is my passion, to teach, to help individuals to transform their career in IT industry as a Scrum Master. And I do provide training on JIRA tool, right? So now I'm making things fast over here. We are already household. It's 100 capacity, and I can see it's already touched 100. Okay, so what we are going to learn in next 1 hour, what is the agenda of this program? So this program agenda is to help you to understand the basics of JIRA, what it is, and this is what is the main context over here. So, and yes, JIRA is tool, so there is nothing like theory over here. In fact, when I do provide training in my the I would say the regular program over there also, I do not use slide, and in this program as well, just for next 3-4 minutes, I'm going to use this deck, the PPT, what you can see, just to give you some data. And then after we'll jump on the tool over there. I will be showing you, demonstrating you certain features of JIRA, what alls are there, and we'll be starting from scratch, how to create a project, how to create a issues. And the idea is to make you comfortable with JIRA tool, what all navigations options we do have in the JIRA tool. That is what is the main idea, what we are going to do here. All right, so with that note, let's get started. So first of all, if we talk about JIRA tool, what exactly JIRA tool? Why should you use JIRA tool? That is what we're going to discuss. Then what are the JIRA products? Is it like JIRA is something, or there are some any other products as well? That is also what we'll be talking about. And which agile methodology is better, can be used in JIRA? That is what we are going to talk. So I just said the PPT part is just for next 2-3 minutes. Then after, we are going to jump on the JIRA tool, where I will be giving you the live demonstration. And yes, this is what is the program designed to be. All right. So first of all, what the JIRA tool is. So JIRA tool is a proprietary issue tracking tool. What we call it, what kind of tool we call it as issue tracking tool. So why we are calling it as an issue tracking tool? Because when you work in a IT project, or not in fact IT, wherever you are working in a project, there are certain issues, there are certain requirements, and definitely what is expected, how you can track that, the project or whatever activity you are doing. So JIRA tool is used for tracking perspective. This is the best tool, I must say, in this industry, if you are looking for some tracking purpose, tracking mechanism. All right. So this is why JIRA is so popular. And further, if I talk about, so this is a company called Atlassian, which has provided this tool. I can't hear anything. Just to confirm, is it audible to everyone? I hope I'm audible to everyone. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. So it's maybe Himanshu issue from your side. Okay. All right. So, all right, thank you. Thanks for confirmation. So this tool is from a company called Atlassian, which is from just Australia-based company, basically. They have so many tools, but much more popular tool is what is the JIRA from them. And why we use it? For the project management, for the issue tracking, we can use it for workflow management as well. And this is what is the usage of JIRA. And if we talk about the aspect why we can use in the JIRA tool, which I'm going to show you in this next 1 hour, rather 50 minutes, is the project aspect, the issue tracking, the workflow part, search. Let's say you have thousands of issues there in your JIRA tool, and you're looking to search some specific record. That is what we have, the search option over here in the JIRA, which will help you to search the specific data, dashboard, various reports you can create. You're working as, let's say, project manager, product owner, whatever title you are having, development manager, or let's say you are having a QA manager. You must be willing to have certain reports so that you can show it to your team members or to the management. And Jira has this dashboard feature, which will help you on this context. All right. So also, why should we use Jira? What is the power of the Jira? So Jira power is, first of all, whatever you will be able to see on the screen, everything is customizable. That is what is the power of this tool. So that is what is the one aspect. Uh, that's why we use it, because as per every project, every company has a different need, right? So as per your need, if you want to do customization, you can do that. And that's why it's so popular. Further, if I talk about, it's a platform independent. It can be used on any OS, either it's a Mac or it's a Windows, anywhere you want to use, you can use it. It's a multilingual. It supports English, French, Spanish, Japanese, Mandarin, Korean, a lot of language it supports. And then it supports on that database part. If I talk about servers, MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, a lot, many it supports. Right. And apart from it, we have something called Marketplace in Jira, where there are various tools which you can integrate with. That is what is the power of Jira. All right. So, and which agile methodology you can use. So either it's a Scrum, Kanban, or any mix you want to use, you can use this tool for. That is what is, I would say, introduction, making you familiarize. And right now we are going to jump on the tool itself, and we'll be able to see how you can use this Jira tool. Okay, so all right, so let's get started on this part now. Okay, and yes, stay tuned here for till the last, because from my side, I'm going to give you a gift as well. If you are someone who are willing to learn more, so a gift also I'm going to give you at end of this session. All right. So how many of you will like to have gift? If you like gift, type ILG in the comment box. ILG stand for what? I love gift. All right. So type ILG. Okay, I can see 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10. All right. I hope, okay, a lot of response. So I'm sure everyone likes to have gift, right? So I'm going to share you some gift as well at end of this session. So stay tuned till the end, because that's how you will be able to get maximum value out of this interaction. All right. So let's get started. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to jump live on the tool itself, the Jira tool. And over there, I will be demonstrating you the features, what we do have on the Jira tool. All right. So let's get started. And also, yes, if you do have any question at end of this training program, I will be taking your questions. And as I said, this program is going to be of around maybe 50 minutes more. We'll be having this. The idea of is to give you a demonstration, make you familiarize. And if you are someone who want to who like my training methodology and you want to upskill further yourself, at end of this program, I will be also offering you to a paid program. What I do have, I do provide Jira training paid program as well. It's a complete hands-on training. About that, I will be explaining at end of this training, which is going to happen on this weekend. So if you're someone who are looking to have a deeper knowledge, rather hands-on knowledge, you want to make your hands dirty to help you to get help in the job perspective, about that also will be talking in the end of this a program. So let's get started. I'm just going to share my browser, and from there we'll start. So just a moment, let me. All right, so. Okay, so here we go. Let me share my screen. Okay. So just confirm if you're able to see my browser, type yes if you're able to see the Jira tool here. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for confirmation. Okay. So let's get started. So what happens whenever you start using the JIRA tool? Okay, so when you log into JIRA tool, normally you will be having a screen like this. In fact, let me ask you a question. So as I can see here, we already have around 100 attendees here. So before I begin further in the main content of this training, I would like to understand what is your knowledge, what is your awareness about the JIRA tool. So you have three options. You have to respond in the chat box. Just listen my words. So if you are someone who has not seen the tool at all in any point of time, you just have heard about the tool. You have no idea at all what this tool is all about. You have not seen, then type N. N means what? No or no wise. You are new to the JIRA tool. If you are someone, no idea at all. If you are someone who have just used the tool, means maybe you are working in company or somewhere you have seen, you have your account, you have just a basic knowledge, just basic. Type B in the comment box. And if you're someone who are already using JIRA tool from certain years, you have good knowledge, your expertise on them, then type E. So you have three response only. N for no knowledge at all, first time on the screen right now you're able to see. Second is what B for basic. You may have heard, seen somewhere, but not so knowledge on that. And E for expertise, you have good knowledge on that. So let me see in the chat box. Okay, NBE is only what I'm expecting here. Okay, B, N. Okay, okay. All right. So I can see here a couple of E. Pragati has mentioned here as E, Sunesh as E, Mahesh as E, Mahesh Prihar, okay. And apart from that, most of all I can see here as B and N. All right, all right. Let me check one more time here quickly. Okay, all right. So maximum I can see here either it's N or B. Okay, all right. Okay, great. So rest assured, this training and in fact my detailed training also what I do provide, there is no any prerequisite for that. We start from scratch so that everyone can get benefited from here. All right. So on that note, let's start on this. Okay. So first of all, I just said why we use this JIRA tool. JIRA tool we use for what? The tracking purpose, right? So what we do track, we track, let's say you are working on a project. On that project, there are certain tasks and you want to make sure that how we are proceeding further, how many things are done, how many things are not done, and what is going on that part. And for that tracking only what we do use the JIRA tool. So now to have much more familiarity with the tool, what I'm going to do, how I have designed this program. First of all, I'm going to create a project on this tool itself. First activity will be creating the project. Once I will create the project, then I will be giving you a navigations, what all you can see on the tool. I will giving you a walkthrough of that. That's the second part of this session. And then once you have a little bit knowledge, what all options are there. Third one is what we are going to do is we'll be creating certain issues as well in the JIRA tool. So like we create a project and then we'll be creating certain issues. We'll be creating a sprint, and that's how this training is designed. In fact, before I create project, let me give you a navigation, a walkthrough of the tool so that you are familiar. And then after, we'll deep dive on creation of the project. Inside the project, we'll create issues. And further inside that, we'll be creating the versions, we'll be creating the sprint and all. That is how we are going to proceed further. All right. So let's proceed here. Okay. So now let me go back. Okay, here we go. So as I said, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a walkthrough. Whatever you can see on the screen, you must be familiar what is content shown to me on the screen. So let's start from here on the left side, left top rather. And yes, I would encourage everyone to join this session through the laptop because it's a tool training. So, okay. So yeah, so let's start from the left top from over here. So you can see here there are small 9 squares, right? So to this, what we call it as Atlassian Product Navigator. What it mean by word Atlassian Product Navigator? I just said earlier, Atlassian had so many other products. For example, let's say JIRA Service Management, there is a Confluence, there is a Trello, there's so many others. So if your company has purchased more than one, means apart from JIRA, some other products as well, you will have this option. And if any other project you want to navigate, you will simply click here and you will be navigated to the other project product of the Atlassian. But anyway, as the idea of this training is the JIRA, so over here, I'm again going back to my JIRA. Okay. Next on, what I'm going to do here is, so let's proceed further. One moment, let me select a different project so that, yes. Now you can see whatever I have selected, the tool, it's showing here, the JIRA. Next one is what you can see, the your work. In the your work section, whatever tickets, queries are assigned to me, I will be able to see. There's something called recent. Any activity what I have done is what I will be able to see here. Then boards. In JIRA, whenever you create a project, by default, a board is created to which we call it as JIRA board. I will explain that part later as well. So any board what I have recently visited, that will be shown here. For example, I am right now on the FAC board and you can see FAC board here on the top. Then, sorry. Next, you can see here the next menu option is the project. What this project is all about. You can see here the start, then the recent and view all project. So start, in fact, if you see the project, filter and dashboard, these three menus options will have kind of similar look. So project is what? It's something you can see here, like start is something, if anything you want to see it again and again, right? So that you can highlight it like this one, you select it, it will come on the top. If you just deselect it, again, I will go back, it will disappear from here. For example, you can see now. Now, let's say this one I'm going to use very frequently. I will mark it like this. And what will happen? Again, I will go back and it will always appear on the top. Then recent, if I have visited something, then view all projects I want to view. I will go here and I can see to this. Next to this is what you can see, filter, a very powerful usage of the filter you will be doing when you're working as a in IT project. So let's say I have thousands of tickets in my project. And over there, out of those thousands of projects, I want to see some specific record on a regular basis. Let's say on some certain status. For that, we do create filters. In fact, I will show you also later how to create a filter. Then we have dashboard, one of the, I would say, most powerful part of the JIRA. So it's like it enables you to create certain reports. You can show it to your management, that is, or for your internal use as well. That is what we use the dashboard part. Then the next two option we do have over here, people and apps. That is right now you can ignore because that is used by someone called JIRA admin, not by the, you can say project manager or someone, but just to give you a context, people part is used for adding someone in your team. Then we do have something called apps. So like in your mobile phone, if you're having, let's say, Android phone, you have Play Store. If you have iOS, you have their App Store. And what we do, you want to use some other application, you go and install. Same way in the JIRA, we do have something called Marketplace. And what it means by Marketplace, there are so many plugins, third-party application, which can be used together with the JIRA. If you want to use certain things like that, you can do it from here, right? So this is what is, you can see over here. The next part is create. We are going to spend a good amount of time over here. I will explain this part a little later. So going forward from here, so you can see the search. If you want to search some issues in JIRA, something like that, you will be able to see from here. Okay, then there's a notification, the regular icon. Every application will be having it. Then you have, this is the one of the most important that you should be aware of. So if you are someone who is already using the JIRA tool in your project, so if you click on this, right now you can see there are three sections to me. One is what? Atlassian admin, JIRA setting, and then we do have what? The personal setting. So if you are, one moment, if you are someone who is having the, let's say, just a normal developer access, you will be able to see only this part. You are someone who is having the JIRA admin access, you will be able to see this. And if you are someone who have the Atlassian admin altogether options, then you will be able to see this Atlassian admin section. So let me repeat, three sections what you can see: personal setting, JIRA setting, and the Atlassian admin. So if you are someone who is, let's say, just a developer access, you will be able to see this. If you're someone who has the JIRA admin, you will be able to see this. If you are someone who have Atlassian, in, I would say, in a company, in the org, there are very limited people who have access to all the tool of Atlassian tool. That is what they will have this access. Okay, so this is what is the navigations option, what you can see on the top. And now we'll go forward to see in the left side what all we do have option. So starting from the top, you can see here something as Facebook. What is this word Facebook stand for? This is the name of the project what I have created. In fact, today itself, in next 10 minutes, I'm going to create a project and we'll be doing some live activities over there. Right? So Facebook is my project name, what I have created. Next to that, you can see it's a software project. That's what I have selected here. Now, proceeding further, this is something called board, FSC board, what you can see. What is the FSC board means for? It's like any project what you have created. Okay. By default, JIRA creates a board for it. That is what you will be able to see here. Then there are 4 options. In fact, you can see, let me navigate like this. So you can see there are 3 sections in the left side here. One is what the planning section. Planning is, in the planning, you have roadmap, backlog, active sprint, and the report. What is the backlog all about? If you go to the backlog, in the backlog section, any requirement what is created in your project will be available. If there is something that is already created and any requirement, any bug or anything, everything you can see here in the backlog item. Second one is what? Active sprint. So normally we use this tool for the agile projects. So in agile, we Scrum framework, we work in the sprint way. So when we work in a sprint way, what it means by working in a sprint wise is something like, in a sprint, let's say you started a sprint. So you will be creating a sprint, starting the sprint, and whatever issues are there in the sprint, that is what you will be able to see on this page. That is what we call it as active sprint section. Then there is a report section. In JIRA, there are so many custom, like I would say, reports readily available for your view. Something like burn down chart, burn up chart, sprint report, velocity chart, cumulative flow diagram. And all these are real-time reports. You are not required to do any change, any customization. It's available and it's a real time. That's what is the power of this JIRA tool. Next one, if we talk about, in this section itself, you can see on the top, there is something called roadmap. Not so used feature in the JIRA, but this is what we use for the planning perspective. So you have created certain epics and you want to do planning on the epic wise. For that is what, let's say, when you are going to release certain things and all that work planning, you can do it over here. And next to that, you can see there is something called issues. So there is a one confusion always comes, that issue, what is issue and what is the backlog? So issue is what? Any issue, anything you create in the JIRA tool, either it's a, let's say, bug, or it's a story or whatsoever, everything will be shown in that issue page. Okay, but a question comes, say, but you told the same for that backlog as well. Anything you create, it will come in the backlog. But the one difference between the backlog and the issue is what? Backlog is all about the requirements or issues, whatever you have created and it's not completed. You created something and it's not yet completed, it will shown in the backlog. But if you have created and the moment it's completed, it's in the done status, that will disappear from the backlog. That will not be available if you close the sprint. While I talk about the issue page, so anything you create, either it's done, not done, whatsoever is the status, doesn't matter. It always exists in the issue page. That is what is the basic difference you can understand. For example, if I go in the backlog here, let me just refresh the page. Okay, so you can see how many issues are there. 8 plus 101. How many? 118 issues in total is available there in the backlog. If I go to the issue page, let me see how many I do have. I have altogether 232, right? So backlog is having 118 and my issue page is having how many? 223. Also in the backlog, will not be able to see the subtask and all. Only the issues what you create from here, from this space, is only shown over there. Okay, so let's proceed further. All right, I am software tester, received the task for QA. Let me say I require to learn complete knowledge of JIRA like a Scrum Master or not. Okay, so I will talk about each and everything, Santosh, in the, let me first complete this knowledge part, sharing part, and then I will take all the questions and I'll be explaining you on that part little later. Okay, but yes, to summarize, either you are in, let's say if you are just a developer, anyone, it's for everyone. If you are working just like a developer or just like you started your career in IT as a QA, maybe not so useful, but if you are someone who is on a senior level, either you are working as a, let's say, QA manager, developer manager, you are working as a BA, you're working as a product owner, Scrum Master, definitely this training is something is must and it's very much useful for you, right? So let's proceed further. Good. Okay, this is what I was talking about, the issues. Now let's jump on the practical aspect of it. So what we are going to do, I'm going to create a project and from there we'll be starting. All right. So let me create a project. How to create a project? On this menu bar, I go here and I do have an option you can see over here as create project. So the JIRA tool, although it's mostly used in the IT industry, but its usage is not just limited to the IT projects. It can be used for, let's say, marketing. It can be used for human resource, for finance, from design. So many uses are there, right? So, but for now, just for a practical aspect, what we are going to use it for is software development. And which all project templates in the software development we do have available: Kanban, Scrum, and bug tracking. So let me create a Scrum project for here, use template. And we do have two options. One is what team managed, and the second one we do have over here is what company managed. So what is the difference between two? Team managed will have less option of configuration, while company managed is having much more configuration option. And as idea over here is to have much more practice, so definitely I will be selecting the company managed. Now it's asking me to name this project. So let me name this project. I'm going to name it as March as my project name, let's say. Okay, March. Okay, all right. So Scrum project I'm going to create, and I'm going to create a company managed here. Okay, so let me click on create project, and my project is created. So, okay. So yes, to everyone, if you do have any question, I'll be taking all the questions at end of this. So let me complete this flow. And over here, rest assured, if you do have any question, all your questions will be answered here. Okay. So you can see now, if you try to navigate when I relate it, whenever I was explaining you the other part. So March, you can see is my project, software project I do have created. And you can see all the options, navigations, what all I did created is available here. All right. Now what we are going to do. So we have a project. So project is created. Now try to relate this with a IT project. So you're working in an IT company and you created a project, or let's say you're working as either it's a BA, it's a QA, or whatever profile you are in, and a project has created. The next step is what? In order to complete this project, what all requirements we do have? We need to create the project. We have to create the requirements over there. And for that aspect, what we are going to do, we are going to create certain requirements over here. Now, how to do that? Okay, for that aspect, what I would suggest here, let's assume that this March project is about a e-commerce application. I'm sure all of you must have used any e-commerce application. That's a Flipkart or it's Amazon, or so many are there, right? So try to come up with the requirements of a e-commerce application, right? and I'm going to add those requirements in my backlog. Is it clear to everyone? So what you have to do, so let's say try to just map it with Amazon or any of the site, whatever you can relate it. And then you have to add the requirements, suggest the requirements. What all you do have is you have to suggest me over here. And I'm going to create the requirements. How I'll be doing that? Just focus on my screen right now. So we do have option over here. You can see create. So this create button, what we call it as classical create window. What is the use of this classical create window? So over here in the classical create, the moment you click, you will be able to see this. And if you have to create any requirement, so you can create requirement either in the form of epic, task, story, bug, any of this. Again, what is this? I will be explaining it little later. So you will be selecting these options and you have to select the requirement, means add the requirement. For example, let's say if it's an e-commerce, user should be able to log in, register and all. So login is one functionality. For that, I'll be adding it and I'll be creating it. So creating the requirement, I can do something from here. Also, I can go in the backlog, and backlog, you can see backlog, I just said earlier, what is the backlog? It's the repository of all the requirements, what I do have created and which is not yet done. So now I just said what we are going to do, we are going to add the requirements, means we are going to add the backlog item. And see, backlog, it's the name itself suggests backlog, something which is supposed to be done, but it's not yet done. It's in the backlog, means we need to do it, right? So yes, so now it's time for you, it's time for everyone. You just add your requirement, whatever you think from an e-commerce perspective. You can just add your requirement in the chat box here, and accordingly, I will be creating here the backlog item. So everyone just consider you are writing a requirement for any e-commerce application. Just type your requirement, whatever you have used in the chat box. Okay, I can see here, sign up, login, username, password, registration, SSO login. All right. Keep on adding. It's for everyone. Just keep on writing whatever you think for. Okay, meanwhile, I can see here I have done MBA, but I'm learning automation and manual testing is complete. Okay, I am from non-IT. It is useful for me. So this training is useful for anyone who want to transition in the IT field as a, let's say, in any role. This is definitely useful for you. I will talk about that little later. Okay, so let me see here what all you have added. Okay. Okay, so, okay, keep on adding your response. Let me see what all you have added. Secure certificates, transaction field. Uh, okay, product page. What will be the package? Okay, we will talk about that little later. User registration, filling, invoice, payment gateway, homepage, if website, username, password, registration. Okay, categories. Muhammad Abdullah, login page, home screen, bag, payment, forgot password, card feature. All right. Keep on adding support services, order, customer support, sign up. All right. And we have product catalog. All right. Okay. So let me now start writing or creating that over here. Okay. So okay. So everyone just focus on my screen now. You can stop the typing over here and just focus on how to create. So I can see here, let me do one by one. So let's say I'm going to write a requirement for what? The e-commerce application. So what I'll be doing here, any application, first of all, let's say Amazon. So definitely you need to have a page, home page for that, right? So what user will be able to see here. So I'm just going to click it over here, and then I'm going to add here. Okay, then the next step will be what? Homepage I have created. Then we should have functionality for users to, let's say, register over there, right? So registration functionality. Okay, user is registered, then user should be able to log in, and then some basic feature as well, like let's say log out. Okay, then there will be something called change password. Okay, and next, if we talk about why I'm using this any e-commerce application, right? So I should be able to search what? Products. I'm able to search the product, then I should be able to what? View. What I should be able to view? Product details, right? We do have features of what? Compare as well. So I compared the product, and then after I have comparison, then what I will be like to see? I will like to see the product details. I saw it, and then I want to purchase it. For that, what I will be doing, add to cart. I add it to the cart, and then after, what will be the next step? I should be able to, let's say, purchase. Okay, make payment, right? So payment is done. Then after, I would say that acknowledgement, right? That your project is purchased. Okay. Then I made purchase already. I want to track package, right? Okay, let me see here from the tracking. Yes, my says tracking. Email notification. Yes. Email notifications. Definitely, we needed that. Okay. Then we do have like, okay, categories. Yes, we do have the certain categories. Okay. And if we talk about the payment, we have a lot of payment options, right? So let's say payment options, I am going to have it over here. Okay. And further, if we talk about, see, now whatever things I have written here, it is all for users like me, like you, who use these applications, right? But there will be so many functionalities which is used from the seller. Like, let's say you are someone who is going to sell the product on the Amazon. Is it like the same functionality will be happening for you? The answer is no. You have some different things, some different functionality, as in, it's like, let's say, as a customer, as a seller, adding the product, right, over there in the site, then adding the product quantity, some product description, those kind of details will be there for whom? The those kind of like sellers. Further, we do have over here as filter. Right? So this way, what we do, we create the requirement over here. Now, let's say I have already created this requirement. I have all the things are there in my backlog page. Same thing, if I go on my issue page, I do have all the things over here available as well. Just give me a second. Oh, 1 second, please. I'm coming back. 1 second. Okay, so let's get started. So I was talking about the you can see here the backlog and the issue page. Now, when we have already created the issues, it's there in the backlog item. The next step will be what? That we'll be doing the planning. So let's say the project tenure is of 1 year. So normally when we work in the agile way, so we'll be planning for a sprint. Let's say in next 2 weeks, what all we can deliver, what we can work on. For that concept, what we do here is we create the sprint. Okay, so how to create the sprint? So that is what I'm going to show you. So you can see here, focus on my screen. So on this page, right top, you can see something called create sprint. So what is the sprint? Just to layman language, you can see that I have a project duration of 1 year. Now, in spite of focusing everything all together in one go, we divide that in a small time interval. let's say what we can deliver in a week or in a 2 week or in a 3 week or in a 4 week, max to max 4 week. In general, we take that duration for 2 week. So for that 2 week duration, what all we can do is that we create a sprint and we plan accordingly. So I have created a sprint over here, and let's see that what we have planned, that what we can deliver in the next 2 week. So for example, developer says that, hey, we can deliver, let's say, home page in next 2 week, registration also, login, log out, change password. Let's say the expectation is that all this login related functionalities we are planning to deliver in first 2 week of time. So for that, we'll be adding the requirements over here. And next step, what we'll be doing is we'll be starting the sprint. Now, to observe the change, what going to happen if I go on the active sprint, over here, you can see there is no data. What it shows, there are no active sprint. Start sprint in the backlog. Okay, so for that reason, I will go to the backlog, and how I can go to the backlog, I will click here. I am again in the backlog and I will start the sprint. And the moment I click on start sprint, it's asking me, hey, you want to sprint, want to start a sprint, but what should be the duration? So duration, it's a 2 week, 1 week, 3 week, 4 week, or you want something custom for you. So let's say I'm good with the 2 week sprint. I will select the start date, end date. By default, it's coming up here, start sprint. And now you can see the sprint has been created here, right? So that's what it works. And that's how we do create a sprint. Now what happens? A sprint is created. What will happen? Developers will start working on it. How they will work? Let's say I'm the one who's going to work on this story, this requirement. I will open it, the detail of it, I can see. And first thing what I'll be doing is I will be assigning it to myself because I'm going to work on it. And whatever I'm working, right now you can see there's no description, no detail, but in general, there will be details, what this homepage is all about, what all details has to be shown. Everything will be shown over here. Okay. And the next of it is what, let's say I'm working on it. So it's in to-do status. I will change it in progress, means I have started work on this requirement. And once I have started, if I close it, you can see here, this has come over here in this section. Next is, I started working on it, right? So definitely I need to log my effort, that how much time I have spent on this. And for that, in fact, before I start working on it, what they will be doing, I will be doing here, I will be adding an estimate. How much time it's gonna take? So let's say 4 days time. And today I spend around 7 hours of time. So I will just log my time as 7 hours. And you can see here, the 7 hour time is logged here. And that's how we do log add times over here. In fact, not like this, you can directly, let's say I'm a developer, I'm going to start, I will directly can drag and drop over here as well. If I go, if it's completed, I will mark it as done. And that's how this page works over here. Right? So till now, just to summarize, we've gone through the navigations. First, on the menu bar, in the sidebar, then we created the backlog items from here. And then you started the sprint, created the sprint, started the sprint. And on the active sprint, you can see, and you can move that tickets from one column to the other column. All right. Now, over here, we do have something you can see on the center called create button, and to which we call it as classical create button option. So what this classical create button option is all about. So over here, it's like, you can see the moment I click on create. So anything I want to create apart from a project, if I want to create a project, I do have this menu option. If I want to create any requirement, any bug or anything, for that, I do have this option. I will click on this, and by default, whichever project I'm in, I will be able to see that project name here. Then issue type. So over here, you can see task, story, bug, and all options are there. Anything, whatever you want to create, you click on create, project, and what epic task, story, bug, whatsoever, you select over here, and you will be able to see this. Now, let's say I want to add a requirement for example, let's say this is about customer review, right? So in general, how it works, so it will give you an option. You want to attach something on this, so click on browse. If you want to add something over here in this page, then you simply select any of the thing, whatever you want. Let's say this one I want to add, and I can add it. And normally requirement is written as in a format like, as a user, I want to, let's say, give review, right? Give review, right? So that I can share the, like why we give the review. So if you see this format, as a user means what kind of user I am. As a user means I'm basically a buyer, means I have bought the product. And then over here we do have what? I want to give a review, and why I want to review here, so that I can share the, let's say, review or the product feedback with for the other users. I can share the product feedback, right? So this way what we do right here, then further it will be like description, acceptance criteria, details, and all things you can write here in this space. Then who is reporter, priority, it's a high priority, low priority, and so many options are there. I will click on create, and my requirement is created. If I go here on view issues, you can see whatever I have created, it showing up over here on this page, right? So this is what is all you can see, how you create certain requirements over here in this JIRA tool. Same way, let's say there's something you want to create a bug, means something not working as expected. How you'll be doing that? So it will go to the backlog. Whatever you do create, always it goes to the backlog, as well as in the, I would say, issue page. Once the issue is done and you complete the sprint, then it will go away from backlog. It will disappear. So let's say there's a QA who is testing that registration functionality, and he's saying, hey, not able to register. And then he will log, just add this, and it will be created. So this is how this is what is created. All right. So in high level, this is what I have to, I would say, share in this, I would say 50 minutes training program, 1 hour training program. So I will be taking up some more questions. If you do have any questions, I'm over here to help you to answer your questions. But before that, how many, like whatever we have this interaction, I would say last 50 minutes, last 54 minutes, how many of you got some value out of it, that you got some knowledge, it's got valuable things to you? How many of you got value? If you got some value, type me in the comment box that yes, you got value out of the last interaction, what we do had in last 40-50 minutes. All right, okay, good to hear. So many response over here that I was able to add certain value. Okay, all right. So thanks for your response. And how many of you want to learn more on this part? You want to learn some more aspect of this on the JIRA tool? So I just said, so I have a paid training program, what I do provide training over there. So that is what is going to happen on this weekend. I will be going to explain in next 5 minutes. Is it okay for everyone if I can explain in next 5 minutes what is my paid training program is all about, what you are going to learn in that training program? Is it okay? All right. So just let me share my screen again. Just give me a moment. And then after, I will be taking all that questions here. And here we go. Okay. So how this training program is designed. So this is going to be a 2-day training program in which I start from scratch. Like right now, whatever we have the interaction last 55 minutes, it was like I was showing you that what our option we do have. But in that my paid training program, what I take, I just a tool training, it's all practical. How that works, like let's say over here, I created a project. I will give you the time, and in the class itself, you will be creating project for yourself. I create issue, I will show you, you will be doing itself by yourself. The idea is in this 2 day, you should have enough knowledge, and it's not like just saying this, you will have practical exposure. Everything you will be doing on your own JIRA instance. So for this training, there is no need prerequisite, what you can see over here. And we start with what? First of all, like what is required? Internet connection, any browser. And then we'll start first of all with some introduction, what is JIRA and all. Then after we'll be working on creation of your own JIRA instance. Over there, you'll be creating issue, attaching a file, all thing related to a issues. So you start with creation of the instance, over there, creation of the project, and then after we'll jump on the issue part. What all option we do have on the issue, that is what you'll be doing here. Okay. Then after what we'll be doing, we'll be working on that issue management, how to search a issue. There are 3 search options in the JIRA, something called basic search, advanced search, and the JQL. So I will be giving you a reference of all these things, basic, advanced, JIRA, and you will be doing same in the class itself. Then saving a filter, all these options you can see here. Then managing JIRA board. So I just showed you that a board was created, how to create a custom board, how to manage that board, Scrum board, Kanban board, everything you will be seeing there. Then after dashboard and reporting part, how to create a dashboard, how to create a report, that is also I will be showing you, and you will be doing in the same in the class itself. And after that, introduction to the roadmap, workflow is part of the JIRA admin, but I will give you a brief introduction, and you will be creating a custom workflow in the class itself. Also about the Confluence, what is the Confluence tool and how to use this. This is what is going to be taught in the 2 days of JIRA training. And this program is going to happen on this weekend. This Saturday we'll be having, and then after next Sunday, 2 days, this Saturday and the next Sunday, we'll be having this. And these 2 days will be covering all the aspect of it. Right. So this is what is all about this training program. And I just said, the idea over here is not for you to just come and get the training, you disappear and I disappear. Idea over here is to give you a complete immersive knowledge. And for that, what I do, how I help you on this part, I just going to be an online training on the Zoom platform itself. You will be getting the recording, lifetime access of it. Apart from it, also what I do provide, so you enroll in the training program once, you pay once, and in next 1 year, whatever number of sessions I will be having, online sessions, you can attend those sessions free of cost. You pay once and you will be able to attend my next sessions free of cost, no charge for that. It's like in next 1 year, you can repeat it and number of time you want. And fee for this entire thing means 2 days training plus the, you can say, some additional stuff I'll be sharing with you, a lifetime access. Fee for this entire training program is how much? It's 10,000 rupees. In that, you will be getting complete access. Okay. So I don't have any JIRA tool. Whom will I practice? So Nisha, I will be helping you to create your own JIRA instance. And that's why it said there is no any prerequisite for it. We'll be starting from the scratch. You will be creating your own JIRA instance, and from there we'll be proceeding it. An idea is in this training, you should be able to get everything, whatever you need to know. Price for this training program is 10,000 rupees. And how to register? So for that, I'm going to share you the link over here. So I'm going to share the InstaMojo link. So you can see here on this page. So this link I'm going to share. The moment you click the link, you will be able to see this amount. You need to enter your name, email, phone number, and then just click on next. And you can make payment through Google Pay, Phone Pay, or credit card, debit card, the way you want. You can make registration over here. All right. So let me give you the link here in the chat box. Here we go. Okay. So now I'm over here for any question you do have. I'm here to answer. Okay. I want to change my career from government to private. Is this course tool good? Okay. So let me, okay. So if you want to change the career, okay, how you can do that? So let me answer that part. So for that, like only the JIRA tool training will not be enough. As I said in the starting of this training, anyone who want to transition the career from non-IT to IT, you want, if you are someone looking for that, I do help those candidates. And for that, I do recommend a profile of Scrum Master. And also in the initial of this session, I said that I'm going to give you certain gifts on that part. So what is the gift? As you are attending this session today, I'm going to have 2 day or 3 day rather, a free session for the Scrum Master training. It will be just an introductory part, what the Scrum Master job role is all about. That will be happening tomorrow. So I'm just going to send a link in next 5 minutes for that, and you can just join that as well. Okay, so I'm over here to take question. If anyone having any question, you can raise your hand. I will unmute you and you can ask your question. Anyway, let me see here. Okay, so Ranjit not listening anyone. So what you want to speak? Add your questions here. Okay, one moment. Let me see. So you are going, are we going to get a participant certificate? No, there is no any certification for this. If you attend that 2 days detailed training program over there, you will be getting that certification. Does it include Scrum Master? No, this training, what I spoke about, it's only for the JIRA tool training. JIRA tool training is separate. Scrum Master training is separate. These two training are separate. Can comments JIRA admin can Lokesh, I didn't didn't understood. Can commerce guy become JIRA admin? Yes, you can become. So this tool, whatever I recommended, the training, JIRA has two training. One is what the JIRA user, what I explained about. JIRA admin is all about the customization. In this training, it is helpful for anyone who is working, let's say, as project manager, QA manager, development manager. JIRA admin is kind of a support perspective. On that, there is a different training program for that. Okay. Okay. Uh, Nadeem says, we have so many online trainings available on JIRA for free. How different is this? Right? So very good question, Nadeem. In fact, I would say not only the JIRA tool training. In fact, any training, if you see, everything is there on the online, on the YouTube, you will get it free, no charge for that. Then why you will be paying over here? The thing is, there are so many things free, but still you came here. Like the reason is there is a different flavor in the online and in the interaction, right? And over here, I just said, it's not idea only is to you come, get the training and you disappear. Over here, the essence is to give you the expertise. And my training is designed to give you hands-on experience on that. With the online training, or let's say with the YouTube or any, let's say, course you are purchasing, if you are stuck somewhere, you are stuck, you will not be able to proceed further. Over here in the class itself, you're doing each and every practice. And the idea is you must get to know and must be able to do that. That's how this entire training program is designed. Okay. So, okay. All right. So are you going to explain how to create capacity in JIRA? So not in this, not right now. We do not have time on that part. So next on. So package, Ranjit. So package means if you are asking about the fee, so someone already answered 10K is fee for this. Okay. Ranjit, looks like you are very much frustrated in tension. Okay. Okay. Please share syllabus PDF. I will be sharing it just now. Okay. How JIRA tool is used for the cloud platform. So the JIRA tool, whatever, in fact, for the practice purpose also you are going to use, it will be used for the cloud one only, you will be using it. Okay. So we wanted to know the package we can expect as Scrum. Okay, all right. So sort of like what package you can expect. So again, it's not only for, I would say, the Scrum Master or the JIRA admin. In general, how the number works in IT. So any profile you are in, number of year of experience you are showing, just multiply that by 2. Let's say you are showing, let's say 8-year experience into 2 means 16 lakh something is what you can expect. 10 years into 2 is what 20 lakh is what you can expect. Now question comes in the mind that, hey, how I can show the 10-year experience? I do not have that much of experience. So whatever you have done, you have to give a flavor of that, how you have used Agile, how you have used Scrum in that, and how you'll be able to do that. That is what I do teach in my training program. Okay. So I hope that answer. Okay. Question is, what is the package of software testing? I just said, in general, IT, any profile, number of your experience into 2 is the basic average number. Okay. And what was the gift? So gift is that I just said, I'm going to conduct 2 days, 3 days free training on the Scrum from tomorrow, same timing it will be. So I'm just going to give you a WhatsApp group link. If you are someone who want to transition the career in IT as a Scrum Master or any role, so you can join that group. I'll be sending the link of that in that group only. So let me just give that here. One moment. Just a moment. Let me do that. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. So meanwhile, anyone have any question, you can raise your hand. I'm just giving 2 options to unmute you. So Rajiv, you have a question, you can unmute yourself. Ranjiv, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. You can just unmute yourself and ask your question, Ranjiv. Yeah, go ahead. Can't hear you if you're speaking. Anyone else having any question, you can just raise your hand here, and then I will over here to answer your questions. Yeah, anyone would like to ask anything? Yes, Ranju, go ahead.
मैं बोल रहा था कि मैं आपसे पूछना चाह रहा हूँ कि मैंने ऑटोमेशन और दोनों का पैकेज कितना होगा, मैनुअल और ऑटोमेशन का?
Package means the job perspective you are saying. If you get the job, how much will the package?
क्या बोले?
But the package means what? Like if you get the job of automation or the manual QA, how much will be you will be getting making money? That is what the question.
है कि अगर कोई बंदा है जो नॉन आईटी से आईटी में गया, राइट?
Okay.
जिसने ऑटोमेशन में किया और दोनों किया, मैनुअल भी किया हुआ है दोनों, कितना का पैकेज मिनिमम मिल सकता है अगर वो फ्रेश